Welcome to the second video in this series of the worst mistakes you can make with your crypto. Today we're talking about trusting third parties for storing your cryptocurrencies. There are plenty of conflict of interest when it comes to people telling you, trying to convince you that you cannot handle the responsibility, the weight, the seriousness, the permanence of storing your own cryptocurrencies in your own custody, in your own control. I'm here to tell you that's a fallacy. You are all capable of it. But specifically, here's the worst way that you could possibly trust third parties with your crypto. Number one, you are all in crypto and you're only using one third party to store your entire net worth essentially in your cryptocurrency investments. The year 2022 is the generation of cryptocurrency investors that nearly lost everything due to third-party mismanagement and counterparty risk. Ultimately, we had the collapse of FTX, BlockFi, Celsius, Voyager, the names go on. These were all custodian platforms that failed their users. They went bankrupt, they were mismanaging their users' funds, and ultimately the people who had deposited their coins onto these platforms are still waiting for either bankruptcy proceedings to go through or other legal proceedings to finish before they have any hope of understanding what fraction of their deposits they're actually going to get back. Most times it's 10 cents to the dollar, if not less. And the worst reason to ever use third parties for storing your crypto is if you already know how to self-custody. You already own a hardware wallet. You already know how to work with a wallet that you have ownership and have stored safely the private keys for that wallet, and you know how to do this, and yet you're still choosing to use exchanges as a wallet provider. Exchanges are great for making trades, not for storing long-term. And additionally, these lending platforms, a lot of people who I respect and maybe respect slightly less, at least in terms of how they decide to manage their cryptocurrencies, they were tempted to give away the custody of their coins in exchange for, let's say, 5% of an APY, which in the long term does not make much sense, but you would not believe the types of decisions that people make when greed comes into play. So this is your reminder to always, value and keep that as number one. Custody over as much of your cryptocurrencies as possible, especially for those that you want to be holding for long term. That's going to wrap it up for today's episode. If you guys are enjoying these, hit like, hit subscribe. More are coming. If you want to know what we're doing with our cryptocurrencies and why, how we are storing it, which hardware wallets we think are great and secure, you have to check out the CT Club. A link for that is down below in the video description. I'll see you later.